I think one of the most ubiquitous things about the Camino, and you really don't maybe even notice after a while, is the yellow signs, arrows that mark the way. And, you know, they're every, 10, 15, 20, 50 feet, or the shells. And it's gotten to the point where, if I don't see one in a little bit, I start to get a little anxious. Are we on the right path? Are we going the right way? And of course, Ben's always saying, yes, my GPS is telling me we're going the right way, but I still don't trust it. I trust the yellow arrows that have guided, thousands and thousands of pilgrims over hundreds of years who have gone this way. So that feels trustworthy, right? And then of course, as we're kind of anticipating the end here, thinking about, what happens when the yellow arrows aren't there to show you which way to go. And here you can mine a whole lot of theological, philosophical things about knowing which way to go in life if you don't have a yellow arrow showing you which way to go. And this morning we were at the top of Cebreiro, town on top of a mountain, and we were descending into this sea of clouds, and it was just spectacular. And I got thinking of Cloud of the Unknowing, I think by John the Cross, and just thinking about how life is later part of life is a lot about, kind of giving yourself over to the mystery of life and not always sure which way to go, not always sure what is the right way. But, and then it came to me, the simplest answer to, how will we know the way if we don't have the yellow arrow is love. Love is the way.
So, as always, I really appreciate the towns we go through, just where you get to see medieval architecture and just lots of beautiful buildings. And we're in the plaza area, and now it's starting to be dinner time. So, yeah, everyone's moving around, getting their meals, having a drink, connecting after the day. One of the things that's really significant today is that we passed the marker for the last 100 kilometers. So when we started this trip, it was nearly 800 kilometers to go, and now we're down to the final 100. And we're also, you can qualify to get a certificate of completing the Camino if you hike at least or bike at least 100 miles of it. And so we're starting to see more newcomers into the trail. And this town has a lot of lodging for folks that are just joining. So it's kind of neat to see the flavor of things change. And yeah, we're all excited to realize the end is coming near, and it's also bittersweet because yeah, this journey will end. But to me, that's one of the things that I'm starting to think about more, is just the fact that this trip will end, but the impact of this journey and the things we've thought about and discussed and so on, that journey never ends. And I think that's one of the things I continue to learn, is that no journey is ever complete. It's just an ongoing series of new revelations, new challenges, new things in life that shape us, become part of us. Yes, we complete some segments, but they lead us to another segment. And that's kind of where I'm at right now as we head into the final days.
As this trip winds down, I find myself wondering about what's going to come next. We've got to get COVID tests, we've got to catch our flight, we've got to get transportation from the end of the trail to the airport. We've got to figure out a way to get from the airport to see our families. I can very quickly be consumed with those sorts of things, but I daily have tried to remind myself to just breathe and be present, and I'm going to try and do that here in these last few days and hours, to pause each day, to take a deep breath, and to try and more fully embrace the space that I currently find myself.